Hello students of class 9. In the previous, in part 5, we have seen that all of a sudden, that uh, Rama's life took a sad turn, and all his happiness turned into misfortune because of just one incident of a day. Means when he was trying to set up his shop one day, he saw a babbling crowd, and when he tried to ask them to move away, nobody bothered. And then he came to know that somebody was stabbed near the sales tax office when he was distributing votes. And immediately, that somebody in the crowd said something, and there was disagreement, and then there began a fight. Everybody slapped each other, everybody hit each other with no rhyme and reason. And soda bottles were used like missiles. So, and some people entered and just closed down shops when anybody questioned, and naturally when the shopkeepers questioned, why all of a sudden the shops are being closed. And what answer did they get? How can you have the heart to do business when? And they said, oh, you are asking that why the shops are being closed? Don't you know what has happened? How can you do business? Don't you feel for that person? The restraint of civilized existence was suddenly abandoned. That is, everyone seemed to be angry with everyone else. So everybody hit each other, hit their neighbors. And restraint means, there was no control. People were behaving, like animals, even worse than that. And nobody knew why they were doing that. Within an hour, the whole scene looked like a battlefield. Yes. Of course, the police came to the spot presently, but this made matters worse since it provided another side to the fight. The police had a threefold task of maintaining law and order, and also maintaining themselves intact and protecting some party they believed to be injured. Shops that were not closed were looted. So, when some people try to close the shop, the immediate response was, why? What is it? And they said that how can you do business? Don't you know what has happened here? And then the police came, but then that didn't save the situation, because the police had a threefold task. First, they had to maintain the law and order, and then they had to they had to also protect themselves, maintaining themselves intact, in the sense that they also had to protect themselves as to and they also had to protect those people whom they thought that they were the victims. And naturally, there would be the other group of people will naturally think that means the police has also taken sides. So it was quite a difficult task for the police. The cinema house suddenly emptied itself of the crowd. So people, those who were watching the movie, they didn't know what was going on. So all of a sudden when they came out, which rushed out to enter the fray. Fray means the quarrel at various points. People with knives ran about. People with bloodstains groaned and shouted. Yes, bloodstains means people went with knives and they, hit each other with the knives. And naturally, people cried out of pain. Ambulance vans moved here and there. Police used lathis and tear gas and finally opened fire. So to control the crowd, they had no other option but to use lathis and tear gas. And finally, they opened fire. Many people died. The public said that the casualties were 3,000, but the official communique official communique means here official statement, officially what was announced. Official communique maintained that only 5 were injured and 4.25 killed in the police firing. I don't know what they mean by quarter. So when the public said there were at least 3,000 who died, the official statement said that only 5 were injured and 4.25 were killed. At midnight, Rama emerged from his hiding place under a culvert and went home. So when Rama saw all these things, he immediately hid himself under a culvert. And as soon as when these were going on, he just kept himself there, secure inside the culvert. And when everything everybody went away, it was once again not normal in the sense, but at least the fight had stopped. Then he came out and went home. The next day, Rama told his wife, "I won't take out the usual quantity. I doubt if there will be anyone there. God knows what devil has seized all those folk. They are ready to kill each other for some votes." His instinct was right. There were more policemen than public on the market road, and his corner was strongly guarded. He had to set up his shop on a farther spot indicated by the police officer. So, next day, Rama said that I will not take out the usual quantity that I take every day for selling, because yesterday I have seen what has happened, and he said that I don't think anybody would be there, because God knows what happened. Everybody was hitting each other without any reason, without even knowing what they are doing, and they were ready to kill each other. And Rama was very surprised that just because of some votes, people are ready to kill each other. What kind of humanity is this? And and then what Rama said was right. When he went to set up his shop at his usual place, he saw that there were more police on that market road than there were public, and the place where he used to carry out his business was strongly guarded. So the policeman said that he had to go further down the road to set up his shop. So we stop here today. We will do the rest of the chapter in the next classes. Thank you.